Hello, welcome to Ekidel, where we train future civil and structural engineers. My name is Fashe Ochet. As you have all known, that we started the detailing of this particular structure. So today, we want to look at part 2 of slab detailing of this particular structure. As you have all know also that last time, we cannot overemphasize concerning the importance of proper detailing. And we have also made it known to you that in order to have a good and proper detailing, there is no any other software to be used than the software that is globally accepted, and that software is called STONEBRIDGE detailing template. And as I've said, it's a catalog. And as a structural engineer, I'll advise you, and I will also advise you or encourage you also to ensure that you get this particular software. You discover that this software, either you are using Protastructure, Orion, or Staad Pro, you discover that this software is for you. And this software still go ahead to have what part bending schedules. And if you look at this other side of this software, you discover we have different kind or types of foundation. And looking at our structure that is on part foundation, which we have explained last time, if you are following us on this particular detailing of this slab of this structure, you discover that we have talked a lot about the importance of this software. And looking at this, our structure that is what is padded, is a pad foundation. We discover that at this point we are going to make use of pad foundation. Assuming that our structure, this one, we use white strip foundation, we'll have used white strip foundation, click on white strip foundation to detail our members. But because we are making use of this pad foundation, that is why we are going to continue the part 2 of detailing of this particular structure. So, and to do that, I want to say, follow me as we go and detail the part 2 of this structure. And the part 2 of this structure, we are going to be talking about the top reinforcement. It's very, very important, as I promised last time. So we are going to start the part 2 of the slab detailing of this particular structure. And as you all know that in Ekidel, we deal with live projects. So follow me as we go and start the slab detailing, this part 2 of this structure. Welcome to Ekidel once again. Today, as we have said, we want to look at how to detail our top reinforcement. Now, if you click on the software, we have explained a lot about this STONEBRIDGE detailing template catalog, which is a 2022-24 version. We have explained the importance of this, particular software. The importance of this can never be overemphasized. In case you want to understand more about this software called STONEBRIDGE, try and watch the part 1 of our video of detailing of this particular structure. We have done the part 1 of our slab detailing of this particular structure. So today, as we have said, we want to look at part 2 of this particular structure. So now, if you click on this, if you look at this, our software called STONEBRIDGE. Now we click on this pad foundation, and when we click on the pad foundation, because our building is what on pad, since it's on pad, we want to detail based on the sample given to us by this software. And when you click on this is what we are going to be having, something like this. And if you look at this place that I've said, if you want to understand all of this, try and watch the part 1 of slab detailing of this particular structure. Now, what we did is to copy this, and once we have copied this one, this particular slab that has been given to us, as you can see, because we are dealing on slab detailing, that's where we are concentrating on this particular slab detailing. So therefore, we have copied this. I've told you earlier on that don't ever move it, rather you can copy it into this into this particular box. And as we copied into this particular box given to us, don't ever copy outside. So you can see in our part 1, we have done the bottom reinforcement. As you can see, and there was formula that we used. If you want to understand the formula, how we came about this, try and watch the part 1 of this particular slab detailing. So today we want to concentrate on top reinforcement of this particular slab. Now, as you can see this place, this is a sample given to us by STONEBRIDGE, and the reason why we cross it like this is to tell us that we are only using this one to detail our own slab. So can I beseech you, or can I tell you that, oh yeah, sorry, let's start and begin to detail our top reinforcement. Now, how do you do that? Now, it has a principle when it comes to top reinforcement of our slab. So what we do is that, and the principle is 25% of our length of the slab. And if you have to look at 25%, so that means we are going to take our dimension we are going to take our dimension to really know the length before we now apply the principle. So let's start. Let's take our dimension, click here. We have what? 4,425, isn't it? So if you go by the principle, let's take our calculator. That's 25 divided by 100 is equals to 0.25. So multiply by this one, 4,425, 4,425. What do we have? Equals to what? 1,106 millimeter. That is our top reinforcement into this slab. But as for me, since it's 1,106, I personally add 100, which make it what? 1,206, approximately 1,200. So that's what I'm going to add as my top reinforcement into this slab. So what will I do? How do I go about it? Let me change my color and take my reinforcement. I want this. Then my thickness, I pick this. So therefore, to differentiate between the top reinforcement and bottom reinforcement, as I've said, it has a principle, and the principle is 25% of our slab length. So I pick my reinforcement. I see it as my reinforcement because I'm acting as I'm what? I'm at the site. So therefore, I will say it's 1,200 into this slab. Based on our calculation here, let's see where's our calculation. Yes, 1,100. As I said, for me, I always add 100, just like factor of safety for my own personal designs. So now 1,000 by calculation is 1,106, but for me, I'm making it 1,200. So that is that. So, and also let's take our top reinforcement into this slab. How do we know about this? Let me delete this. Let me remove this. So I also take my dimension from this place. This point is very, very fast. That's 1,725. So I pick my calculator. I cancel this. 1,725 multiplied by 0.25. Now we got about 0.5, which is 125 divided by 100. So which is equals to what? 431. So for me, I make it 500. So do you get it now? So I make it 500. 500. That's into this as what? 500. That is that. So you can see, let's take our measurement and see. And it's very important to put the dimension so that it will help the engineers at the site to know the top reinforcement length into each of the slab. So I have this. Good. So now we are done with this. So what about this one? Automatically, since they are of the same dimension from here to here, this one is going to be also what? The same thing. So I pick my reinforcement and I come to this place. I come to the center of this my beam, and I type what? 500. Enter. So now what about this from here to here? I also have to take my dimension and take from here, from this center to this place. Let me see. Yes. So we have a what? We have 4,250. 4,250. So what do I do? I pick my calculator. Sorry. I pick my calculator. Sorry. I pick my calculator. Cancel this. We say it's what? 4,250. So 0.25 multiplied by 4,250. So what do I have? That's 1,006. So I make it what? 1,100. So that's for me. What I explained earlier. I pick my reinforcement and then I come here. I put what? 1,000. What do I have? 1,000. Okay, that's 1,100. 1,100. 1,100. Enter. So I have this. Okay. Let me see. Yes, I have this 1,100. I also pick my dimension to tell the engineer at the site that for the top reinforcement into each of the slab is so dimension, so amount, which is 1,100. I remove my dimension here. I'm done here. Is then dimension here again. Okay, I put dimension here. I remove this. So this becomes my top reinforcement automatically. By the time we are doing our part 3, which we'll be calling out our dimension, we discover that from here is the same beam that is moving, isn't it? But at this point, you discover this beam as it's coming, stop here, and it continues from here, which means the slab here, in terms of vision, the slab here is the length is more compared to this plate. This one look like square, but this one look like rectangle, isn't it? Which means the top reinforcement here at this point here is not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same with this one, because as I said, this one looks like square, while this one looks like rectangle. So our dimension, we have to take our dimension of this particular place in order to detail our top reinforcement for this particular area. So what do we do? Let's take our dimension. I come here from this place into this place. We have what? Sorry. we have 5,547. Here's our calculator. We pick our calculator. Our calculator, come here, then cancel this. We have a 5,549 multiplied by 0.25, which is equals to what? 1,330. So this is 1,400. Well, that's 1,400 automatically. 1,400, because this is 1,387. So if I make it 1,400, it's still on the safer side. You understand? So 1,400. So my top reinforcement, for this particular area of my slab my top reinforcement into this slab is 1,400. Do you understand? Good. So now into this particular slab, I also take my dimension. I pick from here, from this place into this place. So I'm having what? 4,700. 4,700. I pick my calculator. I also take my principal, which says what? 25%. So I cancel this, then which is 0.25 multiplied by 4,700. So which is equals to what? 1,175, which means 1,200. So for me, my top reinforcement, let me pick my reinforcement. So from this place into this place, 1,200. Enter. So now I take my dimension to tell the engineer the length of my top reinforcement into each slab. So I also come here. I'll come here, put it here. All right. So the engineer at site automatically have known that, okay, when it comes to this place, this particular place, the top reinforcement is more compared to this place. So you can see now. So but likewise, this side is 1,002. What do we have here too? Okay, 1,001. So you can see the difference. So now automatically, if you look at this, I've put the top reinforcement of this and this one. So you can see how fast this software is helping us, and it's very clean and clear compared to that of a Protastructure. So the detail of Protastructure, you can see how clumsy the slab is. If you take this one to site, automatically for me, I'll be confused. I might not be confused rather, actually, but it's so bothersome. I will look at it. What's all this? So which, if you take it to other engineers, the same thing as you yourself, you are watching, you can see that this one is not actually good for presentation compared to what STONEBRIDGE is giving onto us, which is this. So now let's continue. Automatically, I'm done with this. By the time we start part 3 of this particular slab detailing, you will now see how we are going to be calling them out with clean and clear. You can see how clean and clear and accurate this slab is. So we are going to follow, as we are following this, you can see how neat it's becoming compared to what Prota actually gave us. So now, having done this, let's look at this. Let's look at this place. So now we take our dimension. Pick our dimension from this point into this point. We have a 3,223. So I pick my calculator. 0.25 multiplied by 3,223. So which is equal to what? 800 plus 100. That's 900. So my top reinforcement for this particular one is 900. So I pick my top reinforcement. So I pick from here to this place. Into this place is what? 900. Enter. Automatically, knowing fully well that when we take our dimension of this particular slab, this is what we are having. Into this place also is going to be what? It's going to be 1,100. So I take it in 1,100. That is that. So I need to tell the engineer the dimension of my top reinforcement into each slab, which is this. And also I pick from here and I put it here into this 900. You can see. Let me move it down a little. Let me move it down a little. Let me move it down a little. Move it down. All right. In case you have not subscribed to our Ekidel channel, now to continue with this, now we are done with this one. With this one here, we are done. We are done with this. So remain this particular place. Later we are going to remove our dimensions. Now this particular one, now we are done with this slab. So we need to do another slab on this other side. Sorry, on this particular one, we need to also do for this one. In case you have not subscribed to our Ekidel channel, I will advise you to quickly do so that you can have access to our videos. There are a lot of videos that we have done when it comes to structure, just like as you're watching this one on slab detailing. So we have done a lot with structural, when it comes to structural designs. We have done a lot. So I will advise you to also, by all means, click on our channel and get some of our videos in order to become what? A better engineer. So it's very, very important. I would advise, I cannot overemphasize for you to actually, subscribe to our channel. Now let's quickly look at our calculator, carry our calculator, and also get this. For this one we have 2661. So 2661 multiplied by 0.25, 2661 times 0.2 is equals to 667. That's, for me, that's 700. So my top reinforcement into this particular slab here is 700. Let me check, am I right? Okay, 600. Okay, 700. So it's 700. I enter 700. That's my top reinforcement into this slab. Automatically, since we are dealing with this particular slab, this one is 1002. So automatically, my top reinforcement also into this particular slab is 1200. So that you can see how fast it is and clean. By the time you finish this work, I can bet you it's going to be fantastic. In fact, every day you'll be praying for designs to come. I bet you, because to detail your slab is no longer a trouble or things to worry about. That's why I would advise you to get this software. It's interactive, very, very interactive, and flexible. I bet you it's very, very flexible. Okay, where do we have again? All right, before we proceed, I want to use this medium to tell you that Ekidel will have a mentorship class where we train specially beyond here. Everything we are doing here, they are accurate, but knowing fully well that this is a free channel, there are other things that in the course of explaining, we might not remember to tell you. But when it comes to mentorship, I can bet you that everything we have, everything we know, definitely will be given to you. This is a place whereby we train specially. We take time, we don't consider anything. We take time to do what? To train you beyond the school and also even in the world, what's obtainable in the world. That is Ekidel for you. So this is what we do in Ekidel. In case you also want to learn, apart from, how to design structures, what about architectural aspects? If you want to also learn how to design, houses, number of stories, and all of that, Ekidel is also there. We also have mentorship class where we train architects. At the same time, any other profession, as time goes on, we begin to hear a lot of visions that we have. So for now, you can, if you are an architect, you are, planning to, we want to learn how to design professionally, even though you are still in school. Can I tell you that Ekidel is a place to be? We do beyond just structural design. We also go further in architectural drawing. So in case you want to enroll, it's very simple. Just subscribe. At the same time, get our contact through our channel. Definitely, you will not regret it. Okay, let's just continue. Where do we have finished this one? So, all right, where do we have again that needed to be detailed on this aspect? Okay, this one is done. This one is done. Okay, this one is okay. All right. Now, vertically, we are done with our top reinforcement. We are looking at, because this one take care of this one take care of this, and this one okay. This one and this one take care of each other. This one okay. This one also take care of this. This one take care of this one here, and also jump to this one, okay, because they have the same thing. All right, so vertically we are done. So now horizontal top reinforcement, let's now check. Let's take our dimension and also come here from the center here, from my center point here, center of the beam, to this place. All right, what do I have? I have 4,200. So I pick my calculator. 4,200 multiplied by 0.25, which is equals to 1050. So I make it 1100. So I pick my reinforcement, that's from here, from the center here into this slab, 1100. So that becomes my top reinforcement. So now looking at this other aspect too, into this place, let's take our dimension and also check our top reinforcement from this center of this beam into this. We have a 2850. So pick my calculator, cancel this 2000. Let me remove it. 2850 multiplied by 0.25 gives us 712, which means 800. So now for me, this one here, this into this is what? Automatically 800. Yes, and also enter from here to here is also what? My 800. Sorry, 800. Okay, correct. So now let's get it. We need to tell the engineer at site the length of our top reinforcement into each slab, 1100. Okay, good. And also from this slab to this, we say is what? 800. And also from here also take it to this slab. We say it's what? 800. You know how why is 800 because they have the same, it's the same slab. This is a panel, isn't it? Into this one, this become my top reference. So what about this one? Let's also check our, take our dimension from this point here into this point here. Sorry. Yes, good. So we have what? We have 3820. Pick my calculator, then cancel this. The 3825 multiplied by 0.25, which is equals to 956. So that's 1000. I made it 1000. So I pick my reinforcement and put 1000. Now 1000. Good. That's my, what about this one into this one also? I pick my reinforcement, is the same thing, 1000. Enter. Then we need to also know what about the into this reinforcement, into this slab rather. Yeah, take our dimension, pick my dimension from here, come to this place, into the center of this. What do I have? 1425. So 1425 multiplied by 0.25 gives me 356. That's a 400. So for me, that's 400. So I pick my reinforcement and now take it into this as what? 400. Enter. So now let me put my, I need to tell engineer at the site the level of the length of my reinforcement into each slab. Okay, 1000. Good. What about from here? It says what? Let's check. It says 400. All right, that's that. So we are done with that. So any other one again? When it comes to x-axis, our top reinforcement for this, we are done. Okay, I think that is all. So we are done with our top reinforcement. As we have said, this is we are done with our part 2 of our top reinforcement. So as you can see, we have finished indicating our top reinforcement and the principle behind it, which has been known, which is 25% of your slab length will become your top reinforcement into each slab. So what we are going to do, let's remove all this dimension. Let's check. Let's take time and check. Remove this dimension. We don't need it. Remove this dimension. We don't need it. Where do we have dimension again? Okay, here. We don't need this dimension also. We don't need them. So now you can see how clean it is compared to what Prota detail gave to us last time. We show us what the Prota details normally, how Protastructure normally bring out the slab detailing, which is not actually good at all. So for this, I think we are done with this class, part 2 of this. Let's see me next time when we'll be talking about the part 3 of this slab detailing, which is what? Call out of our reinforcement, both the top and bottom reinforcement. We now see how we can call out all these reinforcement, that it will be so clean, nice. You can see how they call out these ones, how all these ones have been called out. So when we now come to part 3, we now see how we make use of this example that has been given to us by STONEBRIDGE to detail these ones out. So till then, I remain Fashe Ochet. Till then, love you all, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.